PunchPod in stereo. Every week, PunchPod brings you live stand-up comedy from Seattle. And now, episode 48.
I think Lance Armstrong is proof that America hates people who cheat more than they like people who help cancer patients. Right? Yeah. He took steroids. He also, donated $500 million to cancer research. That's a shit ton of dollars, and we hate him because he cheated at riding a bike. It's not even a sport we care about. If I knew a meth head who now and then saved a kitten, I'd be like, do all the fucking meth you want. But then this guy's like, I want to ride a bike faster, and we're like, fuck you. Fuck you. Who do you think you are? We wouldn't even know what the Tour de France was if he hadn't cheated. That's the best part, right? No one watches that. No one.
I had to spend a lot of time with my family too, and I'm a really nice guy. I'm really happy-go-lucky. I don't like a lot of static in my life. I try to be nice to everybody because that's how I expect to be treated. But my family, I take it all out on them. The tiniest, littlest shit in the world can bother me. My aunt says roof, it's roof. You know what I mean? It's roof. There's two O's in there, and it's roof, Lynn! Get it fucking straight! Just holding the tater tot casserole. It's roof, I said! Clean that shit up. Oh, you don't believe me? I don't roofie a girl, I roofie a girl, all right?
I went to church camp in middle school. 3 hours of church every night. They did not put that in the brochure. Oh my God, man. I remember staring at the ceiling. It was in a warehouse, the church. I remember staring at the ceiling, not paying any attention to church, just thinking what part of this ceiling would hit me square between the eyes if it were to collapse, you know? They wanted us to take notes during the service. I recently found that notebook. No notes. One cartoon drawing of a Christian rock band frontman. And he's crying into the microphone. Jesus will suck your fucking dick, man. You know, whatever the fuck the song's about, I don't remember. And I remember looking at this notebook, and I'm really happy with my former self. And it was kind of weird because I had a father-son moment with myself. Well done, Brendan. Good fucking job. But that was the first place I ever saw tongues spoken live. I don't know if you guys know what speaking in tongues is. Speaking in tongues is a Christian notion that an angel will come down from heaven to possess a human being. For what reason? Heal the sick, feed the hungry, shelter the homeless? No. Angels come down from heaven to speak gibberish at the top of their lungs and dance like a fucking seizure victim. It's ridiculous, man. I was in middle school watching this shit go down. I'm like, what kind of a god would allow grown-ass people to embarrass themselves like this? Then it came to me. A god that is interested first and foremost in my entertainment. I'm serious.
Dyson vacuum cleaners are super expensive. They're so expensive, I'm surprised rappers don't talk about them.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, in a town called Bloomsburg. It's the only town in Pennsylvania, if you'd believe it. And it's a great place. It's a great place if you want to go to college or church or jail. But growing up there, everyone, including myself, was a bunch of aggressive assholes. So I always kind of understood the Incredible Hulk because he was like a hyperbolic version of each and every one of us. And then I moved to the Pacific Northwest, where everyone is passive-aggressive. And it kind of got me thinking, what if the Hulk would have been from Olympia, Washington? Oh, nice. I'd be like, I'm not saying what you're doing is making me upset. I'm just saying you wouldn't care for me when I'm upset. You really wouldn't care for me when I'm upset. You'd be like, Hulk, walk up to you in group of friends. Hulk, invite everyone else to a party. Hulk, not angry. Hulk, just disappointed. Hulk, do dishes. Hulk, leave your mug in sink. Hulk, make points. Hulk, pretty tired. Hulk probably just texts you later. And then Hulk totally doesn't.
So I've got a back condition that prevents me from going on roller coasters. What I like to do instead is go on what I call a paranoid emotional roller coaster. And this is how it works. I smoke pot and I go somewhere that I shouldn't be stoned. Like I'll go stand in line at the bank. And I'll look around. And I'll think to myself, nobody knows I'm stoned right now. And that's for either panic or giggle. Someday, I'd like to go to church stoned and sit in the pew and think to myself, only Jesus knows I'm stoned.
Recently got through a little bit of a bad breakup, and my therapist says I'm not doing well, and says I need some form of outlet, and suggested comedy, so let's have fun tonight, guys. Do you ever notice how men and women shop differently, right? Like, when men go shopping, we have a plan, right? Like, we make a list, we follow the list. We go up and down the aisle, it's clean as a military procedure, fast as a football play, right? But when a woman goes shopping, she just goes and fucks the freezer guy and ruins my life forever.
Punch Pod is recorded live at the Punchline comedy shows in Seattle. Tonight's episode starred Daniel O'Connell, Sean Jordan, Brendan Kelly, Scott Lossy, Devin Farrell, Andy Main, and Zach Mandeville. This has been Punch Pod. Find more at punchlinecomedyshows.com. And thanks for listening. I'm your announcer, Willie B. Hardigan.